Don't be fooled by the number plates on this car. We're not in rainy Malaysia, we're actually in sunny Phuket in Thailand. Now the Isuzu D-Max has been available with the latest 1.9 litre BluePower diesel engine in Thailand for some time now. But after 5 years of waiting, we're finally getting this engine back in Malaysia. So, is this new engine any good? Well, let's find out. Now, the introduction of this diesel engine coincides with the facelifted model that was introduced in Thailand in 2017. No prices have been released just yet, but it will be launched in Malaysia in September 18, so do stay tuned for that. So what are the changes? Well, at the front you've got this big new chrome grille, and the chrome trim now extends to the headlights as well, which are available with bi-LEDs for the first time with LED daytime running lights, of course. There's also a redesigned bumper with these chrome trims around the fog lights. There are also new 18-inch alloy wheels as well as auto-folding door mirrors. Elsewhere, you've got big 1.9 BluePower graphics everywhere, as well as a redesigned tailgate. There's also an optional damper for the tailgate that makes it easier to open and close it. That is yours for 650 ringgit. Inside, not much has changed. There are some soft touch materials over on this storage cover, the instrument panel, the armrest, as well as the door panels, along with some new fabric and leather upholstery. This Android-based infotainment system with an 8-inch touchscreen was introduced last year. Otherwise, it's much the same as before. You've still got hard plastics everywhere, but everything's very well put together, and you've still got this very cool looking circular climate control interface. The cabin is spacious enough, but the rear seat is a little bit too upright for my taste. However, you do now get a USB charging port at the back, so that's good. The 1.9 litre DDI BluePower engine in this car produces 150 PS and 350 Newton meters of torque. That's a 10% increase in power and a 9% increase in torque. The smaller displacement also means it's lighter by 56 kilos, and Isuzu also claims a fuel consumption figure of 8 litres per 100 kilometers. Those aren't very big figures, not by a long shot. But there's plenty of shove from low down, and best of all, it's much more refined than the old 2.5 litre unit. There's less of that clattery diesel engine noise that you had before. There's a reason why this engine took 4 years to come to Malaysia. They haven't just been sitting around on their asses. Isuzu has been tweaking this engine a little bit to suit local fuel. Our fuel is of lower quality, of course, so there is a new free fuel filter that will allow it to run Euro 2M diesel. Isuzu has also tested the car in high altitude places in Malaysia, such as in Genting Highlands, Cameron Highlands, Kundasang and Tambunan. They've also tested this car to run on B20 biodiesel. And this engine isn't quite ready for B20 biodiesel, but Isuzu Malaysia promises that there will be an update for existing vehicles when the government introduces the new fuel. Now, to go with the new engines, there are new 6-speed manual and automatic gearboxes with a wider ratio spread and 5th and 6th gears for overdrive. The automatic gearbox that we're using right now is a little bit more eco-minded. It shifts up quite quickly to the top gear. Put your foot on the throttle, and it does take a while for the transmission to kick down, and the gear changes themselves are also a little bit slow, but at least it's smooth. There's also a manual shifting option, and when you do that, the transmission won't automatically shift up when you're hitting the red line. Elsewhere, the D-Max is pretty much identical to the car that came before it. There are no changes to the chassis, and there are no changes to the four-wheel drive system, which, by the way, uses a knob to switch between two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive and low range. This car still uses traditional leaf springs at the back, of course, so the handling is very typical of old-school pickup trucks. It's a little bit softly sprung, but you do feel the chassis shake when you go over bumps, and when you're at the back, the ride on the leaf springs is quite firm. There's also plenty of body roll, and the car does feel a little bit nervous when you're going around corners. There's not a lot of body control in hand, and there's very little grip from these all-terrain tires. The steering gives you a lot of feedback, but otherwise it's pretty slow and it's pretty vague, so you're not really sure what's going on in front. Lastly, safety. The D-Max is available with 2 airbags and stability control, and Isuzu has also added a hill descent control feature. So there you have it, the new Isuzu D-Max. It may still be an old school pickup truck at heart, but the new engine has given it a new lease of life. It's more powerful, more refined, and more fuel efficient. So, a very good overall package. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.